What is up, my fellow gamers? In today's video, we got our best guide for the Dormitory in Legend of Mushroom. Like and sub for more amazing gaming content. So we finally got the Dormitory building unlocked. If we go to our island right here in the bottom right corner, it has officially been released in the game. And there is a special tip that I have that's going to actually help you generate a ton more resources. And basically what the Dormitory is another way for you to generate AFK rewards. You can also get rewards online too. You'll see we got our online loot as well as our offline loot, but you want to get the most loot possible. And if you're not going ahead and capturing other players a specific way, you can actually miss out on a lot of loot. Before we jump into that, I'm also going to try and save you some money in Legend of Mushroom because I have a special code that will give you cash back on all of your purchases in this game. Check out our sponsor today, Aptoide. Aptoide is an Android app store that offers many benefits. The first one being cash back on your in-app purchases in all of your favorite mobile games, specifically Legend of Mushroom. You can get up to 20% cash back with your purchases, and if you go ahead and use my special promo code, you can get another 5% on top of that for a complete total of 25% cash back on all of your purchases. If you've never heard of Aptoide before, or you don't know how to set up your AppCoins wallet, down below in the description box, I have a dedicated video where I walk you step by step on how to download Aptoide, set up your AppCoins wallet, and also enter my promo code to get that additional 5% back. So check out that video, link down below in the description box. All right, here we go, my friends. So the way the Dormitory works is you're gonna be going ahead and you're gonna be capturing other players, which is called retainers, retaining them. The other way you could look at it is like slaves, but you know, slaves is a negative derogatory word, so they don't use that. They go ahead and they stick to the words retainers. So you're going to click on this corner right here where it says manage your retainers. And this is going to show you all of the retainers you have, or you can go ahead and capture some. Now I already have 4 captured. We go in that top right corner where it says search retainer. This is going to let us go ahead and try and capture other players. The way you capture another player is just doing a 1v1 battle. It's pretty much a PvP battle. If you win, you capture them. If you don't, then you don't capture them. You have your basic search area where you can just kind of randomly search for other players. You have your friends list, so you can go through your friends and you can actually capture your friends as retainers. And then you have a rank tab, so you can go ahead and try and capture, you know, the top ranked players in your server. Now, the important part to understand about how this works is the AFK rewards that you generate is going to be based on the retainers you have and the level they have completed. So if you capture someone who has a higher level completed, that means it's going to go ahead and generate you more rewards. So you always want to be looking out for whoever has those high levels completed. But the problem is every time you go ahead and capture a retainer, you're going to see this little icon right here. It says retainers 4 out of 5. See this little eye? We click this eye, you're gonna see that every time we capture a retainer, we get a reduction in our stats. I got 4 captured. I'm getting a 40% reduction in my character attack, defense, and PAL damage. Important note, this is not for the entire game. You don't lose your reduction in all of the content. This reduction is limited to your PvP battles in the Dormitory. So don't come in here and think, oh my gosh, 40% reduction. That's going to affect my overall PvE gameplay and all of my other gameplay when I'm doing those dungeons. Like, it does not affect any of that. This is strictly for your PvP battles in Dormitory. So the way this works, and this is where my special tip comes in handy, is when you have no retainers, you're getting your full on 100% all of your stats with no reduction. So when you have no retainers, that first retainer you want to capture is going to be strongest player you can take that has the highest levels completed. So you want to come in here and just find out whoever you can take down that has those high levels completed. Now, typically the way it works is people who have high power have high levels completed. if they're like a consistent player, and you're going to notice that if you take a look, there are going to be some instances where like this person right here has a lower amount of power than this person, and they have more levels completed. So this is like a great player to go ahead and have as a retainer because they're easy to attack. And but then if you take a look at some of the higher level players like this, the first person you want to take down can be the strongest that you can take. After that, you're going to get hit with a 10% reduction. So the way it kind of works is you're going to slowly have to take players that are at a lower power ranking. So what it does is it helps alleviate players from just kind of going in there and having the best player with all the power take all of the other players with all of the next highest power. What I mean by that is, like, if we went to ranking and let's say I was the #1 ranked player, I went ahead and then I just captured 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, I just captured all these people in the leaderboard. Reducing your stats every time you go ahead and capture someone means that the top player can't abuse the system and do it like that, because when they try and capture one of these other players, they're going to have like a 40%, 50% reduction in their stats, which is a lot, and they're not going to be able to go ahead and take down another powerful player. So the first player should always be the strongest, and then as you go ahead and, like, right now I have 4 out of 5, so 40%, I'm gonna have to capture somebody who's a little weaker than what I typically would try and go ahead and attack, because I'm getting such a drastic reduction in my stats. From there, the other thing to keep in mind is you can have an employer and still like have retainees. So if somebody goes ahead and they capture you, you can still have retainers and you can still get the AFK rewards. The other thing to mention is that if you want to capture someone who's already being retained by another player, you basically have to beat their owner first. So for instance, if I come in here and let's say that I want to go ahead and I want to capture this guy, you're going to see that he has an employer. So Spear is his employer. So if I click capture, you're going to see I have to defeat his employer before I can even attempt to capture him. So at that point, I have to beat his employer first, which would then basically free him. And then I have to go and challenge him personally to try and capture him. So someone who's already captured, you basically got to do 2 PvP battles against their owner and then against them to go ahead and capture them. The other thing is they will automatically be released in 7 days. You'll see the little timers right here. That is the countdown for when they will be released. You can also just go ahead and dismiss them as well if you just don't want them anymore. We also have 3 icons that are kind of just for fun. They don't do anything. You have the little feather that we can tickle them. We have the tomatoes we can throw at them, and then we can also tap their forehead. It has no effect on the actual gameplay, rewards, or anything like that. It's just kind of like little kid stuff where you can throw tomatoes and laugh, ha ha ha, you know what I mean? It's just cosmetic only. It's not going to affect your overall gameplay. That is it. I hope you guys and girls enjoyed the video. Stay happy, stay safe, and I will see y'all later. Peace.